Hey, I just wanted to start this morning because I think this is the first time I ever remember to like charge my mic and have it on in here. So I just finished up a few people, and I have a minute before the next guy. Trying to turn down the TV. It's a little early, so I'm still waking up. If anyone, does come in, I do have a minute to check the chat. But besides that, if when this guy comes in, I don't really pay attention to the chat. Obviously, what's up, man? Hey, yeah, for sure. It was pretty cool, to hang out for a while and fucking and chill. But yeah, I was walking and I was thinking, well, I'm gonna stop by and see if he's at home. Fucking yeah, it was pretty cool. Hung out for a while. I'm gonna and grab my drink real quick, and I just figured I'd turn this on because I think you can probably hear me all right. I'm supposed to be getting a call about my claim, my insurance claim, sometime. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Don't have to go. There would be guidelines. Don't want to expose your whatever, but yeah, I mean, people at random times. So we'd have to get together with like a time. I think something like that would be good on a Saturday evening or like a Sunday evening, some type of weekend evening, because sometimes in the morning, like now, I don't get a whole lot of just random people come through. But like Saturday evenings, there's more random people that come through, and they would stick, to something like that. So yeah, that'd be cool. Like, I mean, we could come in here, or at my house, and I've been using that tripod you gave me, so we could set things up a little better. And like I have more of a like just a mic, so we wouldn't have to have individual mics. So yeah, we could set that up. I'm gonna get a drink. And I mean, it'd be cool to like collab, like if that one old boy, fuck, I was telling you about. He seems like he'd be pretty cool to hang out and chat with. What's up, everyone? I'm just kind of like live here in the shop. I just finished someone up, and I'm waiting on someone else. So this next person that's coming in, he's about to just be on because sometimes it's a little tricky to talk to him, so you might notice that. Hey, what's up? What's going on? I just tell people, if you do subscribe to my channel, I go live in here. I've been talking to a few other people that do some podcasting and all that. Well, might like spread out here soon. Hey, how's it going? And if anyone wants to comment, feel free to do that. I don't even really get upset, if you say something crazy because it's live, and it's the internet. But most people are respectful, you know. Some people aren't. Like everybody, you know, is different. In doing what I do, I come across a lot of different people. Not saying nothing bad about that, but it's actually cool to be able to talk to a lot of different people. Hey, what's up? Think ahead. You know, Zach, or I can't really pronounce your name. Keith, say what's up. And if you don't speak English, you know, I'm pretty good at like understanding. You know, I speak like I can understand Spanish. So, you know, if you speak Spanish, just message me, you know, because I'll know what you're saying. So since I can speak Spanish, I can kind of understand Portuguese, you know, I can, you know, do a little bit better translating. So I will understand if you message me, and I won't be all confused. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about like trying to speak English. Hey, how's it going? I'm just waiting on someone right now. See, yeah, see ya. Entendí. Sí. Habla español, primo. Hobbies? Well, hey, that's cool. I'm just saying if it's easier for anyone to just, if you speak Spanish, just message me in Spanish if it's easier, you know, because I'll understand you. My hobbies are kind of like work. I was, what's up, everyone? Yeah, but you know, like it matters. No, it matters. Don't think about that. All right, we was talking about that yesterday. I'm not a one-sided person, okay? But I can recognize what side to be on. So there's it might be reversed in this mirror, but there's a left side, and then there's this there's this right side. So every now and then you got to mix it up. No, yeah, do not vote. All right, even if you think it's pointless, you know, even if you think you shouldn't do it, do it. Yeah. The people that like don't vote, you know, you're not helping. Even if you think it's one vote, you're one person, you know, and there's probably millions of people like you. All right. So think about that, you know, like your one vote matters, like my vote matters, you know. So and it matters. Yeah. You know, that's true. Well, that's true. Run for mayor, but that's what I'm saying. Like around here, some people won't vote, and then the same like mayor gets elected all the time. You see what I'm saying? So you do have, you know, you just have to go out there, see what's going on. You can follow like a pattern. Whatever the pattern in your head may be, it's like I don't like complete chaos every time I turn the news on. You know, kind of like to keep it mellow. So right now, currently, like we was talking, this guy in here earlier we was talking. I don't watch the news. They're getting a little crazy. And yeah, that's fun. Hey, I'll run for mayor. You can vote for me. But yeah, I mean, You're right in a way. It's always like that. I'm not going to lie or anything. I tried to vote for that younger lady that the one time, but everybody thought, those cheap eggs were coming back. But it's all good. I'm not someone that lets political views control my life. So I agree. I agree with everyone to an extent, unless I feel like you're trying to march down and join some secret clan, then I probably won't agree. If you want to belong to a secret society, I probably won't be with you on that. But either way, like that last guy that was leaving was saying, people should work together. This is like the point here. Like I'm trying to work together with people, and there's this guy in here talking to me on Saturday about kind of hopping in on a podcast, but so I might do that eventually. Well, I'm sure I will, because the dude's pretty cool, and my channel's fairly new. That's why I would really appreciate like people subscribing, because I do put out other content that like if you subscribe to my channel, I mean, you'll see like the things I say, like I mean them. Like I'm trying to be able to donate and and give back to charities and needy families. So it's just the beginning right here. I think maybe they were being sarcastic. I mean, that's the thing. It's the internet. So sometimes the sarcasm goes right over your head. So I get it. Like I set in, and I actually help do some modding on a channel where these people they'll get upwards to 1,000 people in their live, and you get a lot of comments. So unless something is excessive, unless you see an excessive like thing, I just leave it, because I can take someone's opinion and and I respect what people say, like I said, to an extent, and unless it gets really kind of excessive and obvious that it's either a spam like account or something like that, I just let it roll. Maybe in his mind, he's a king, but he's not. There's really only like one king, and that's all that matters to me. So that's all that's on my mind. Ain't nobody gonna keep me from getting there. So whatever you go through on Earth is not that deep. What's up, man? Hey, I appreciate you always like coming through and at least dropping some comments, man. It's cool. I was telling someone in here earlier that there's starting to be some regular people that just come in, say what's up, but yeah, I need to grab a trash bag. Well, I need to do that, but I need to get the phone too. So just a second. I kind of at work. Barbershop. Okay. Yeah. Let me check this out. And yeah, that'll work. This morning is what you were meaning. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. We'll just see him here a little after 10:30 there. You're welcome. Bye. So November always starts like the holiday, time. So it's I was just checking out my schedule, and when you own a business, you just try to meet a quota. You don't necessarily look at every minute of the day, because if I was doing a haircut every minute of my day, I'd be fucking worn out. I've done that before. And you can't sustain that forever. I've had years and years where I would get here and I wouldn't even get a break till like 4 in the afternoon. So I'd be about ready to drop by then. So when I tore my labrum in my shoulder, I kind of looked at it as like a blessing. I had to look at it as something. So I looked at it as like a blessing in a positive way. Like, hey, now I get breaks in my day. Because you might not believe it, but I'm sure some people would. When I tore my labrum in my shoulder and I started trying to, I do work by appointments, but people were like cussing mad at me. So I was only in pain, like barely able to move my arm and getting cussed out by people. Like literally called every single name you can think of except a good white guy that I try to be. And so I made some people upset. Turned into this bad guy that was just in suffering pain. But I achieved anyway. But yeah, cool. Bless him. Yeah, I pray for everyone. Don't want to see nothing bad happen to anybody. That's for sure. Even though bad stuff happens. So last year at this time, it was rough. I could hardly move my arm. People were like, thinking maybe since they just showed up, they didn't have to listen to a word I said. So I'd be asking people, like, will you please make an appointment? Because I don't even know how I got through work there for a few months. Like it was very hard. Like I was in pain that like make you want to pee your pants. Like I should have had surgery. But I didn't do it for all these people. And that's the way some people appreciate what you do. Like you really care, you let them know. Like, I'm here suffering and I'm still here trying to help you out. So that's kind of me in life. I'll be suffering trying to help someone. And I guess some people don't really care. But I need to change this time. I keep thinking this dude's late. And I think he is. But that happens too, You get people that, hey, how's it going? South India, hell yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never been over over on that side of the world. Maybe one day. Well, I'm not gonna say maybe. I'm sure one day we'll do that. I don't know if I'll be going to India, but you never know. It looks pretty cool. Nice place. Yeah, this guy's here, so I can't really pay attention to the chat when people are in here. Hey, how's it going? Like I was just saying, I can't really pay attention to it right now. Hey, how's it going, man? Say it's cooling out there.
Chilly, that's for sure. It's chilly.
What are you up to today?
Oh, I don't know yet.
Too early to tell.
It is too early to tell. I'm going up north to help a friend do some things, I guess.
Okay. Like north of the state or the county?
Yeah, like Lynn, Indiana.
Okay.
Up by Winchester.
Okay. Just check the top like usual.
Yeah.
Right. I was thinking about turning the heat on, but sun will warm it up here.
Yeah.
So you like your new spot at the old pen?
The old pen? Well, yeah, I do. Them guys they're real respectful as long as you respect them, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've got, and I did some checking in, and we've got guys that got hot baits that they can hit, and then we got probably 30% of them don't have an outdate.
Okay.
We
Wow.
can be in there for life. I mean,
Dang.
Yeah, they do have an outdate, but
Yeah.
years, yeah.
A couple decades down the road.
Yeah. We got a couple of them that's got 3 life sentences. I mean, just crazy stuff, you know. But like I said, we do have some of them out there do have a reachable outdate. So that's good for us, you know. Really.
Yeah. Get them out of your hair and.
Yeah. Well, they want to go home, you know.
Yeah.
They've been down for 20 some years already, and they're ready to get out.
Mess with your head.
I've got one guy. He took his stuff for wouldn't give he's kept his arms out of his cuff for one less secure his cuff for. So I went in and I told him one time. I said, "I'm going to tell you one time to move your arms out of cuff for it." He said, "F you, I ain't doing it. You're going to have to come in and get me." So I sprayed him with my OC. I mean, the canister, my can is like a canister about like that. It's got a handle on it. So then I hit it.
Yeah, just hit it.
And I pulled it out of my holster. And I pulled the pin on it. I said, I'm going to tell you one time to move your hand. He said, "F you got to come get me." So I hosed him. And he pulled his hands out, and I showed his cuff for it. And I walked away, and I let him bake in it for about 5 minutes.
Let it sit in.
Oh yeah, let it burn for a bit, you know. And I said, "You ready?" I'm going to go back to the cell. I was like, "You ready to cuff up?" He turned around, put his hands behind his back. I said, "I guess he's ready."
So he just needed, just fucking spray in the face first,
So I cuffed him up and pulled him out, and we had to give him a shower to decontaminate him.
Yeah.
And so we gave him a shower, this and that. And I wrote him up for interfering with staff at the Class B write-up in our prison. But he gets out next year. Like, so I don't know what his problem was.
Man, yeah, that's crazy.
So we added 3 more months to his sentence. But he told me he's gonna kill me. So
He's having a bad day.
he was having a bad day, and you know, I said, man, if you would just give your cup port to me, I could have locked your cup port up. We could have talked about your bad day, and we could have figured it out.
Yeah.
I said, but you didn't want to go that route, so. But he goes, well, I'm still gonna kill you when I get out. I said, okay. Well,
Yeah. Good luck.
I said, when I see you, you better. I said, when I see you out on the outs, you better keep your hands up in the air where I can see them.
Yeah, so remember, you threatened my life.
Yeah, I did. I did a picture report on it. So.
Yeah, so it's documented.
Yeah.
But don't want to have to shoot you in the leg or nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot nobody, but gosh dang, yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it. People don't realize that. There's some guys, they really hate correctional officers or police officers or whatever, just because that's who they are.
Yeah.
That's some weirdo messaged me Saturday, and I was thinking, maybe he was a little bit confused, but he was letting me know he's on the way over. And I was like, lock the door,
Yeah.
load the gun. What are you talking about?
We had it was so we got like a control center, right, in this secured area, and we got intercoms to their cells, and this one guy was threatening one of my officers was running the control center, and calling bad down, he just like talking bad to him. And,
Oh yeah.
the officer said, "You know what? I'll be in there in a minute." And I walked in the control center as soon as all that went down. He goes, "Sergeant, I'll be right back." And he was running this control center for me, if you would. I said, "All right." I didn't know what he was doing. And before I know it, he grabbed we have 5 guys that work with us on that unit. And he grabbed the other 5 guys, and they all rolled into this cell block. I'm like, oh, what are they doing? They're on some shit. And I hear on the radio open 207. I'm like, oh crap. So I said, confirm 207. He said, yep. So I opened 207, and they all rushed into the cell, and they brought him out in cuffs. They brought him out in cuffs, and they put him in the isolation unit. And I'm like, they all come back in the control center. I'm like, all right, what's going on? Well, this guy was having a seizure, we thought, so we opened his door. We had you open his door, and we went into the cell. He jumped up and swung on us. I said, okay, well, do your paperwork.
So there wasn't much going on today in his life, so I figured he'd box a couple prison guards.
Yeah, I get. I mean, my officer told me that he looked like he was having a seizure, so they went in there to help him, and he jumped up and swung on him. And that's the story they give me, and that's the story I'm going with. And I told him to do the paperwork. And
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in that position to be in there, but you really wouldn't want to mess around with people, like just kind of get along. But everyone's different, so sure you get those guys that are in there and they're always just got some anger issues, and I get tired of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Like anything. I think I told you I worked with a guy that did a life sentence, and he slit someone's throat and killed him. And I didn't even believe him at first because I was younger. I thought you know, I thought they kept those people in prison.
Yeah.
But no, he did about 25 or right under 25 years. Like he said, he did his life sentence. He was, sentenced to. And I'd always like think in my mind when he's shaving someone or shaving their face, like if this person knew that the guy that has a razor blade on their neck killed someone by slicing their throat, they would be like
Well,
a little uncomfortable.
A while back, a long time ago, first time I looked at the prison, my barber, I started down there in the prison.
Yeah.
He killed a cop. He got out and then killed a cop.
Damn.
Yeah, he got out and that was like 3 years ago. So he finally got out of prison and then he had some weapons in his car and got pulled over and shot at a state trooper like 27 times, I think they said.
Wow.
And
you reloaded those.
Yeah. And I guess they're going for this death penalty, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess his attorney tried to get the death penalty thrown out, and the judge said, "You can't even identify the officer you shot.
Oh wow.
Why would we
shot him up good?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why would we do away with the death penalty? We can't even." They claim the guy wasn't on this medication.
Saying that don't matter.
Yeah.
Barbershop. Hey, what's up? Yeah, there's a time at little after that, right around 4. There's like 3 people coming in then, and then if you think 4 will work. Yeah. Yep. That's good. Yep. You're welcome, man. Bye. All right. But yeah, I'd say the medication excuse would be a good one until it's like, yeah, you didn't stop shooting. By the sounds of it, the guy was probably deceased when he was still shooting, type of deal. He forgot his medication.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, thanks, man, for coming in again. Appreciate you. For sure. Well, hopefully you get something done up there.
Yeah.
Today.
25.
Okay, sounds good. And here you go. Maybe. There you go, man.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, you're welcome.
That's man for the next couple
The next
weeks.
couple weeks. Okay.
Yes,
I was gonna say I don't want to assume, but I guess we'll see in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I have no more inmates cutting my hair, that's for sure.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about me. I'm just gonna be here.
See you in a couple weeks.
See you, man. I have to write this guy down. Yeah, I appreciate everyone, that's come through. I just don't really focus on the chat when I'm doing my job that pays me, and maybe eventually. No, say he didn't have much of a hairline, but I just seen your comment there. Hey, yeah, you need to go out and vote for sure. But yeah, man, not getting. I was probably not even in here no more. And actually, the guy don't really have. If you could tell, didn't have a hairline. I cut hair in Indianapolis for over a decade, and one thing I don't do is push hairlines back, but I got you. Everyone's a critic. even on a guy that didn't have a hairline. So I got you. I don't know. Maybe you're a barber, and it's all good. But I will let you know, I have had someone push my hairline back before. They're cutting my hair, and like my it's real light right here, and they cut this straight down, like they cut it like straight down my fucking. I was like, wow. Talk about pushing the hairline back. That was ridiculous. And that dude worked at the barber shop. Where can you get them? I mean, I order all my my blades off the internet. Hang on a second. My grandmother, she cut hair in a barbershop in the 60s, and she opened this place here actually in the 70s. But this is a razor she used back in the 60s, right here. You know, the ones you have to sharpen. She used this back in the 60s. I have a lot of things that she used to use, and I look at this sometimes, you know, because like you know, it's my grandma. She used that. She actually shaved people's faces with this way back in the 60s. Yeah. She there's a few more, but that's the first one she ever had. I remember her telling me that and showing me that that razor there. So I don't use the ones you have to sharpen, because you would never get a break. You'd have to have like a whole box, like my grandma back in the day. She has like all kinds of those, because you would have to have like multiple of those, because if you're always sharpening a couple of them, it's like you just don't get a break. And I realized that quickly. I was going to switch to just using razors you sharpen, but it's like I'm not going to sit around getting this thing sharp. You use it like, and I do too much. So you use it on a couple people, and you got to sharpen it again. It's easier just to change the blades and roll on. But I mean, I just buy these at Barber Supply, you know. I'm sure you can buy the like this, the tang, the handle, but I don't know. And I'm sure you could get like blades, but there's some things you have to like have a license for. I don't know if you have to have a license for these type of blades, you know, because they fit in something that like that can, you know. I've had a cop take one of these from me before. Like these are kind of illegal to have, even here in the country. You know, it's like you can kill someone with this pretty quickly too. like no playing around. It's kind of like a deadly weapon. People don't realize that when you're shaving someone's face and they're moving around and shit, it's like I don't like nicking people, because there's areas, like there's an area on your face right here that if you just hit that, and I never would, but you could paralyze someone just by cutting them too deep right here. So, you know, I've kind of learned all that because you have to learn that in school, in like barber school, and you could do some damage to someone. And I'm talking about paralyzing them because there's like a main nerve that runs up to your brain. It runs right through here, and you cut into that, and it's basically the end of that person's day. So that's why when I'm shaving someone's face and like moving around, I'm just like, hey, I mean, I know this is cool, but could you stop moving? I mean, I'm not trying to accidentally cut you. And there's other areas, like if you nick someone, you can bleed them out pretty quickly, stuff like that. But yeah, I never really traveled around with like a gun because I don't need a gun. But I used to just carry one of those because it's like I know, I would know how to use it if I had to. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Is that like a type of haircut? Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Hey, it's good to see you back in here. For sure, man. I was telling someone the other day, it was kind of cool to talk to you there. I remember when you come in the other day. But hell yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So pretty much just because when you shave someone's face or hair, it's like 20 bucks. Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, I kind of understood. I'm sure you were talking about a haircut. So like it's just like 20 for shaves and 16 for like haircuts, but like people give, they give you more. I actually keep my prices a little lower because I'm not like a greedy person. So yeah, I'm not a greedy person. I'm not real desperate. So I've just been doing this, kind of grew up watching my grandma cut hair back in the 60s before like women had many rights, because that's about all the time in the mid 60s when women's rights were coming around. They weren't even going to let my grandma get a barber's license because that's how, that's just how this country was. And I think it's trying to go back that way, but making it great. But unfortunately, but yeah, they were trying to not even let my grandma get a barber's license, and they eventually did, and she was one of the first women to get a barber's license. Yeah, it might be higher. You said you're from South Africa? Yeah, I just did a haircut a minute ago. There's been a few people this morning. I didn't put them on because I get all types of people in here. And that guy that just left, he's pretty cool. He's like a prison guard. He's used to being on camera, so he he just kind of like he comes in here every couple weeks, so pretty comfortable with it. Yeah, but anyway, this is kind of more like a positive place, so I guess you're not very positive, but we'll see you, bud. Maybe you can go have a miserable day somewhere else, but we won't be like doing that here anyway. So have a good one. Anyway. But yeah, see what dumbasses like this guy, No Life Troll, having asked dude. I'm not really like concerned about perfection. I'm not really concerned about negative people. So if you're like some negative person, but think everyone needs to be perfect, I'm probably not going to get along with you very well. So good try. There's always some trolls under the bridge. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm this is kind of just my daily life. So if you want to start your own live stream or go get your YouTube channel going, I'll come and support you. Like I'll stop in and just be like, hey, what's up? You know, I won't like the first ever comment I make to you, like, ooh, I'm a miserable fucking, you know, because that's not me. So, but I get it. We're all different here. And Steve or whatever. I know people assume things, but I don't really have much stress. I'm just like a real person. So sometimes people can't really understand that. But sometimes I talk to people all day long. Just what I do now lately here. I talk to people at night. So if you don't like hearing someone talk and you're used to maybe going into females live stream where they're sitting there and you just send them money, you can probably go find one of those, you know, to check out. But yeah, I can read into sarcasm too. So I was just saying that, you know, I'm sure you're joking around. So don't get too offended. I just lay the groundwork. Everyone that comes in here is usually pretty cool. So there's people that come in here that have their own pretty decent, you know, channels going on. Ours are a little different. I was wondering that, man, because I tried to look your name up the other day, but I was hoping I would see you like in here or something and I could ask you. My content's like not perfect, you know, but that's the world. Like, I don't think we live in a perfect world. So, and I'm not a fake person. So like, I don't take much time to even set up my camera. But even a video I did the other day, that's like my latest video. All my videos, they're like one take. So I'm not going to sit around and take up a bunch of my day, you know, doing something because I have a job and I have a granddaughter that I try to see. So like I don't have a lot of time to impress people with whatever you were looking to be impressed for. I'm good. Maybe you should go try to impress somebody. See how that works for you, and get back with me. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping through. There was someone earlier. This guy, you know, we've known each other forever, and we were talking yesterday, and like I was sitting there, and I realized we was like putting out like podcast material, but we was just sitting there talking to each other. And I was like, someone told me the other day that like we should do a podcast, like me and this dude that I checked his YouTube channel out, and that's like what he does. He's pretty decent. Oh yeah, yeah. Say working on grandchildren. Yeah, well, that's true. Like I don't cut kids' hair on a barbershop live stream, so yeah, you're right on that, buddy. See, when you just pop in, you might not know that. Yeah, talk about whatever you think is interesting. But yeah, I'm just waiting on a customer. But yeah, I mean, thoughtful old me doesn't cut kids' hair on live. So there only has been one minor child I've cut on live since I've been doing it, and it was my brother's boy. And my brother's like a Marine, so he's not too worried about people. And that's what some people might not understand. Like I have some military family, and he was like, hey, you can put him on there. And his wife was in here with him, but and that's private, so I didn't like make that public. But yeah, thanks for the advice. But yeah, like I was saying, I was talking to this guy the other day, and I actually have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. If you ever come through more than like 10 seconds at a time, you would know that. Roman here, King Roman, he's been in my live chat a few times. So I bet if I don't ever have much to say, he probably wouldn't come back. Just let you know, Tony. But if you do, I'm waiting on some interesting stuff, and then I'll talk to you because I talk to people all day long. So we get pretty interesting. But I let people kind of say what they want until it's like obsessive, Somebody's just like obsessed with some topic, or they're doing a little more excessive trolling. Then I'll probably just, I don't like to, but I'll cut people out of here, because I don't have time to worry about everyone. I'm talking on here. I have customers about to come in. I'm answering the phone all day long. So if you ever have a business and you do 2 or 3 things at once, you just let me know. Hey, I get burned out of stuff too. I agree with you on that. But don't get burned out on religion. I'm not too big into talking about like politics in here, but or religion, because some people are different. But I mean, I just myself was baptized last week, so I'm starting to get a little bit more in tune with religion. So I don't hate on people's like, yeah. Hey, thanks, man. It was, it was something I thought about for a while. Yeah. You know why? Because I believe one person don't need to be having a 1,000 square foot barbershop. Be a high heat bill. I got a big house. So, little shop, big house. So that's the way I like it. You know, it's just me. Yeah. And I think you were on there one day when I was live at my house. So it's all good. Yeah. Hey, sometimes just put exclamation point or something so I know, you know, which way you're coming. It's hard to pick up on people's thoughts in the comment section. But yeah, I mean this works very well for me. I mean, I cut anyone's hair. I've worked around people that won't cut different kinds of people's hair, but that's not me. You know, if you ever come around here long enough, you'll know I don't hate on anyone. I've put up with people in here that like try to run their mouth to me while I'm cutting their hair. So, and they come back. So it's just like people are miserable in their own lives. You got a bunch of miserable people out here, but I'm just happy every day. Yeah. Yeah, you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you kind of got to roll with it. But sometimes, you know, if you're joking around, add like a smiley face or something. So I'm not just like, don't want to block anyone from my channel. But there's a few people, yeah, that come through and sniff people out for me. I think it's a little early or a little late, either way in the time for them. But so I cut anyone's hair, man. There's people that come in here from all around the world. There's actually a bunch of Japanese people that come in here because there's a factory right up here. Yeah, you're right. I mean, some hairstyles, I guess, if you don't have a lot of experience, but I've been doing it forever, so I basically just don't cut women's hair a lot, but I do anything else. And so yeah, there's like these Japanese people that come in here, and like the head of this corporation, like it has a bunch of different names, but this dude is the head of that company. He goes to Thailand, he goes to Mexico, he goes back over to Japan. He showed me his house, and I can't remember the actual name of the city, but they just call it like Toyota. You can look that up in Japan because it's a real big hot spot for manufacturing. And talk about, you know, you want to talk about a small shop, and this is a little screen, but this dude's house in Japan is only like, it's 2 stories, but it's only as big as this shop. And he told me what he paid for it, and that's what he was saying in here a couple of times. You know, a couple of times ago, he was like, you know, my house is much bigger than this place in Japan, and he was showing me pictures of it, and I was like, damn. So it could be worse, you know. And he said like U.S. currency, he paid several $100,000 for that house, because there's like tens of millions of, not tens of millions, but there's 10+ million people in that area of Japan. So things are pretty tight. So yeah, I mean, it's funny. People that work at that factory come in, and they don't even know like their real names, like their real like Japanese names. They just don't even tell them. So I'll be like, do you know, this you saw me or whoever, and they're just like, I don't know. Like, oh, and then they come back like, oh, that's John from like, yeah, that's him. He's like, he's the boss, the number one guy. Like, yeah, I know. He's like travels around the world to all these places, and he comes in here to get his hair cut. So, I think that's pretty damn interesting. But I try not to be in a bad mood. So try not to get too sarcastic with people. I'm pretty positive. Doing what I do, you have to be positive, or you're probably not going to do a whole lot. I worked in a pretty big city for decades, over a decade. I've been cutting hair for 20 years, but no, this is a little smaller area. So it's nice. It's a little more laid back. It's off a major road, so like you hear a lot of street traffic. I notice sometimes when I go review these, sometimes that's about all you hear is there's a fire department right across the street, and they're always running in and out. So I notice sometimes it picks up a lot of traffic noise. Has been in my family since the 70s, so it's always been owned by by someone in my family. So my grandma owned it, and my aunt owned it, and I own it. Yeah. But my aunt passed away, and kind of like just unexpectedly, like things go, and so I bought it then. I was just here kind of working with her and helping her out with bills, and so I've owned it since my aunt passed away. It's already been seven years. But this shop used to be in another spot, and like I've never really put this picture up here, but this is a picture of my grandma doing this, and I think this was in the late 80s. Yeah, it's like 89. So this is my grandma right there, and this picture is from the 80s. So there's and that's like one of my uncles, but there's other pictures, like older pictures of her, but I keep this one like right here because like the first memories I've ever had in my life were right in here, right in this shop. So I always keep that picture like right here next to me, because I remember a lot of stuff she told me, and she always helped people out, and she was always like really, even back then, I was alive around this time, and she was always like a big inspiration on my life. And when she was passing away, I think she realized she waited a little too long to try to talk to me about how she was really happy and she was thankful that I kept her shop going because my aunt passed away before her, and she couldn't. I always remember that. Like she couldn't talk. So that's why I talk, and that's why I try to, I try to get along with people because whoever you are, you're not guaranteed you're going to live a long life. You might not even live to see tomorrow, and that is people don't think like that, but it is true. It's true. It's true. I mean, I've seen it happen to a lot of my family. So life gets cut short, or don't get cut short. You just live your whole life. It's fate. That's the way I had to get it in my head when I lost a lot of my family members. Is that's God. That's God's like plan. Everybody's not going to live to be 90 years old. So some people ain't going to make it. And it's all good. We can't control it. Only thing we can do is control ourselves. So that's what I try to do. And I just seen my phone is about to die. I knew it was. But I'm probably going to cut this out here in a minute. Hey, Roman, man, I appreciate you coming back through. It's always cool to see people that come in. So yeah, I know everybody has lost people. I know that, but I've lost a lot of my family members, like the doctors used to say when my grandma was dying. It's like she gave up. She lost like half her children. Like that would be hard. Like my grandma outlived 3 of her kids. And it's like, and that's just like the start of it. But that would be rough. Yeah, I wouldn't. That would change you. It would. I try to get people to think like that. Like, I mean, if you lose half the damn kids that you gave birth to, and you'd have to be a strong person to keep going on. I couldn't imagine that. So I want to go long before my kids. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure, man. I try to get some people to realize that, because I don't think people think like that. Hey, how's it going, man? Some people live life and you don't think about it. Some people never really lose like people and all that, but the loss I went through my life, it started young. Like you just had to get over some of that stuff. Like, damn, man. Only got one uncle left now. So, or whatever, like dropping like flies up in here. But yeah, I'm probably getting ready to cut this off because I have an insurance adjuster's about to call. Hopefully they put me in a rental car. Some person totaled my car. I could keep talking. Some guy earlier was like, you got anything interesting to say? Like sometimes I got too much interesting stuff to say. But hey, what's up, Lyra? I don't know if I said that right. But I'm about to cut this off because my phone's gonna die. And I tell everybody, if you do subscribe to my channel, I go live in here, and sometimes I go live at my house. And I have like some trips planned that I'll be doing and putting out here. So, if you hang around, I appreciate it. And we could talk a little bit more. But yeah. If that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. Yeah. I've never been. I seen you. You said you're from Moscow. I've never been like on that side of the world. Hey, thanks, man. You know what? I've realized there's some people that have their notifications turned on for me that surprise me. Like there's some people on my subscription list that do pretty good for themselves, and they come in every now and then. Obviously not right now, but so I've been kind of surprised. But hey, I appreciate you, man. It's good talking to you, and that's the main thing. I try to just be a pretty decent person. But yeah, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Lara, but if you do, want to come in sometime, I try to go live at least every other day. It kind of all depends. Sometimes I'm just tired from work, or I try to do stuff on guitar. I think someone's about to come in, and I've got to turn this off so I can save my battery on my phone. Nope, this is a drive-by. I do have an appointment though coming in here in a minute, but I forgot my charger. I was leaving the house, and I forgot it. So I'm gonna cut this off, but it'd be cool to talk to you sometime here in the future, and okay. Was that Danny or the other guy? No. But hell yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. No, I'm just kidding. My middle name is Lee, so I'll just roll with that. Because I used to work with a guy that he'd always call me like Lee Rain, B, Rain. He'd always say some weird nickname to me, so it kind of stuck. Like he's like, you don't care if I call you Rain, Lee, B, like you call me whatever you want, because it's kind of cool. So I might be on here later, but I'm not for sure. Yeah. Hey, appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you guys, eventually, and have a good day, everyone, and thanks for stopping through. You can always, come back through. I'm positive about a lot of things, and it's cool to talk, to people. So even Lara, or if you want to stop back in sometime, do it up. All right. Peace.